Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Prince. I'm hoping you can find uh, some encouragement and just a community here for us to just talk about a lot of things happening in the tech world. Yeah, there's been a lot of layoffs here and there. I think I commented about this in my previous video, and yeah, today as I'm reading, Intel, that's in Arizona, they just did this 15,000 people layoff, and that is just crazy. You think about all these, and just going back to my previous video, I don't think it's anyone's fault. Leadership has to direct these companies, and of course we are in a very turbulent time. So my hope is, each one of you watching this video will feel like, it wasn't your fault. I don't think you are inexperienced, and most of these things come with a time, and it's all of us just have to encourage ourselves. Someone will ask, why am I doing this video, and even why am I doing this? YouTube particularly has been a source of encouragement for me. Like, I found so many communities out here that I'm constantly engaging on many levels, and I thought this would definitely be a good opportunity for me to share my experience about what all of us are experiencing. So again, my name is Prince. I'm a UX designer who was kind of transitioned far deep into data visualization, and yeah, I really preach changing careers in these times. And sometimes we get stuck with the idea that, okay, maybe I've invested too much in my previous career, and maybe I've spent too much time. I have about 2-3 masters here and there. I've spent years in this field over the last decade, and I still believe that when you get to a point where you realize, okay, things are not necessarily the way it seems, and I need to feed my family, I need to pay my bills. You might have not even planned your life at some point, and you need to get your bills going, right? I truly believe that people have to consider doing something else. Maybe do menial job. I see, when I say menial job, doesn't mean that just go do anything, but something that you might be underemployed, particularly for your skill. And there are times that even changing a career to a different field might seem as though, okay, you are underemployed, or your skill or all the experiences you might not have is not being utilized. But it might just be temporary, and I believe we could consider this period as one of the times that you explore. I think at every point in time, the experiences that we encounter, and as a Christian, I believe that some of these experiences, God really lead us into this, right? God lead us into them for us to learn something, right? So I currently have friends who have been experts within their field, and they are sort of senior leaders within the field, like almost thought leaders within the field. They've been in the house for close to a year and a half trying to look for jobs, and you meet them, and they're very encouraging, they are very positive, and of course some people might have saved some money there, but the idea here is you need to stay positive at this time. You need to stay positive throughout this period, and this also goes to some of our friends and colleagues. If you have a friend who has been laid off, or who is being in the job market and hasn't found success, one of the things I really encourage. So all of us have been through this, and I mentioned this in my previous video. We need to watch the way we even talk to them about even our work, right? There was a time where someone had to prompt me, hey, you're probably talking too much, and not everybody can prompt you, but you need to be very aware. You need to be emotionally aware. Someone could be looking for a job for several months and they might not have success, and we need to very very self-aware about some of these things. Not a direct information that I'm giving here, but I think it's just me responding to this recent layoff, and also I think it's a good opportunity for me to just talk about what even happened. So in my previous video, the sound was very bad, and I'm hoping that all of you could still gain some insight within it. I mostly talked about in this period, you need to pick up your resume, spend a little more time trying to look for ways that you can improve it, ways that you can communicate your work, ways that you can really tell a story around what you have done. If you're a software engineer, if you have to go to LeetCode, if you have to go to Blind, all these platforms where people are supporting each other, all these communities, right? You need to explore, dig deeper. It's not easy in this moment, and that's why I really love to just deal with the emotional and the psychological aspect of this and try to talk more about it. Looking for a job within this time, or even doing freelancing, is one of the ways that you can really keep yourself sane, right? It's not easy to get a freelance job. There are platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, all of these platforms. Even doing some entrepreneurial project could be something that keeps you a little busy and a little intentional. But again, that could also be a distraction. Sorry, it could also be a distraction, but I think it keeps your mind sane. Finding a new job or going out there trying to apply for all these jobs, that is also a full-time job. For someone like myself who has been a UX designer for years, you need to work on your resume, you need to work on your portfolio. Each portfolio work comes with a variety of skill that needs to be put in place. Sometimes you just give up because you don't even have all the words to say, and even you might not have gotten the authorization to show the work in your portfolio. All these things, you need to find a way to communicate it. But through all these, you need to find your next job. You need to find your next career. You need to progress within your field, and that's the most essential thing. And through this time, another thing that you can also consider doing is just join friends, talk about your work, do mock interviews. There are free and paid interviews out there that you can really explore to be able to find a way to improve your work. So currently, some of us in tech, we kind of get stuck in the idea of looking for jobs all in tech. And of course, I know we all want to work for the fine companies and all these things. I have quite a number of colleagues in California and the Seattles and all these places. They kind of get stuck in that area. But I would say, just branch out. Industry like the health industry are looking for designers. Even within a non-profit, they are looking for designers. If you're a software engineer, look for all these small companies that are out there that are looking for jobs. I think that the key thing here is not giving up. You need to stay very positive. You need to stay even accountable to yourself that, hey, you are really digging deep to apply for the jobs that really you want, right? So these are some of the key points I wanted to share. And this is unscripted or anything. I really wanted to respond to what I just saw with Intel and they laying people off, and that's just a notable one. There's so many layoffs happening, and if you are in tech, I really want to encourage you that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And tech is not there. I really don't believe it. Tech is not there. All these companies overhired, and they are just finding ways to cut costs. Intel's attributing their layoff to not meeting their earnings, right? So all these things, they are managerial problems and economic issues. We are in an election year in the United States here. If you are living in any other part of the world, I know there's a ripple effect. I have friends in Nigeria who have lost their job because companies that they've been employed are having their headquarters here in the US. You still feel the effect. I'm originally from Ghana, and all these places are still feeling the effect. I have friends in India particularly who are losing their jobs, and it's hard, right? But I really want to encourage you to stay positive and just look at it. Look at the positive side of every experience. Use the small time you have to learn a new skill. Use the small time you have to even get better understanding what your career prospect even looks like, right? I have this list of documents where I'm working towards my career, and I have this plan. It might not go as planned, right? It won't go as planned. And the timeline that I think that I'm working towards, I've already delayed by so many years, 5-6 years for this plan. However, I'm not giving up. I think that's the most important thing here. Don't give up. Don't get infuriated when even people are not even concerned. Or even there are times you would have friends who will tell you, hey, maybe you are not looking for the right job, or maybe you are not applying for something that is even low at your level, right? All these things, you're going to hear these feedback, and my hope is you'll be encouraged that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're not going to give up, right? You're not going to give up. So I just wanted to share my perspective, and if you've been encouraged, please like. And I want to hear your comments, like what is happening, like how are you guys feeling, how are you dealing with this? Let's talk about your experiences. Please comment in the comment section. I want to hear. I want us to build a community of people who are really encouraging each other to really get better at this. And I hope that all of us can find even the time to catch up, and that's my goal. I really want to help people around this time, and hopefully we can all succeed together. Again, like and share the video. Just subscribe.